Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a message for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Pisces, if you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It will totally mean the world to me. O cosmic creator, source of all life and light, you're my shepherd, guiding me through every valley, every shadow. I lack nothing, for you lead me beside the still waters and restore my soul. In your presence I find peace and strength, for you're with me always. Your rod and staff comfort me, and your love prepares a path before me, even in the face of adversity. Grant me the serenity to embrace what I cannot change, the courage to change what is within my power, and the wisdom to discern the difference as I walk each day in faith. In the presence of your infinite grace, I'm unafraid, for your kingdom flows through me as it does all creation. With deep gratitude, I give thanks for the miracles already set in motion in my life. Shift what must be shifted, move what needs to be moved, and illuminate my path with your divine light. Align my heart, my actions, and my soul with your will, for I know you have already provided the strength, guidance, and blessings that I need. I release all fear, and I surrender fully to your higher wisdom. May your goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life as I dwell in your sacred presence now and forever. Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 and hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pisces, where you at? Pisces, it's all a show. Okay. What do we got? It's all a show. We got that on the phone. What is everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So, Pisces is all a show. Every scene, every role, every twist. But that doesn't mean it's fake. It means it's ever changing. What feels heavy tonight is just a moment in motion, shaping you in quiet ways. The universe isn't against you, it's showing you what to release and what to rise above. You're not the chaos, you're the calm, watching it all unfold. So breathe, smile softly, and let life dance through its lessons. You're learning, you're growing, and you're right on cue. When we see it's all a show, or when we say it's all a show, it can sound dismissive, like life isn't real, or your feelings don't matter, but that's not true. So, behind the message is really a reminder of perspective. Life plays out like a story, full of roles, emotions, and scenes. Scenes that change. So, the message isn't meant to make you detach in a cold or careless way. It's meant to help you not take the pain personally or to stay stuck in a moment. So, the show isn't fake, it's temporary. And recognizing, seeing it, adjusting to it gives you peace. Because you remember you're the soul behind the character. You stop getting swept away by every plot twist. It's not negative, it's freeing. So again, the same thing we've been talking about for the past, couple of weeks. The lesson. Sometimes it's not just, cut and dry, plain and simple, black and white. It has to be a process that is, hey, Majestic Grace, thank you for being here. I love you. It is a process that you have to go through or that you're going through. So depending upon, your journey, your pathway, don't get lost in the illusion of control or chaos. Watch, learn, grow, and know the real you stays untouched. All right, so messages behind the scenes. Mr. Steele, hey, welcome. Thank you for being here. Love you. The show isn't fake, so it's all a show. When I hear shit like that, um, it automatically made my mind go to what is that about? You know how, like, when they say all the world is a stage, everybody is playing some type of role. So, to Majestic Grace, she has a perception of me. Mr. Steele has a perception of me. Um, Mr. Steele actually has been around, so he's seen me personally. Um, Mr. Steele one time told me I was a mean little heifer, right? Mind you, I get that, right? Because my family says that. Mind you, I'm one of the nicest people you will ever meet. And so I feel like I'm not mean. I think I'm just stern, right? Either way, that's what he said. But mind you, he's not the only person that has ever said it, is my point. And so that lends towards that somewhere, somehow, there is something in me that gives, fuck around and find out, I guess. Um, to somebody else, they will say, "Oh, I've never seen her act in a way that is, out of sorts or anything else." To somebody else, they will say, she loud, she da 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 da, she cursed. Everybody probably say that. But either way, long story short is it could be 10 different people with 10 different perspectives of you, your situation, and he says so sweet but very stern indeed. I'm cracking up. Everybody has their perception, right? And so you could be one person and 10 people will describe you in so many different ways. Does one perception of you make it the end all of all end alls? No. And on top of that, you could potentially change. Because what you like today, you might not like tomorrow. We grow, right? And so this message came about because it was a learning process from 20s, 30s, 40s, right? Everybody is lobbying, I guess, for their place in the world or their place in the rat race, right? Everybody wants to be at the top of the food chain. But in the process of that, y'all do realize y'all don't have to tear each other down, right, to get to the top of the food chain. For so long, that's been the narrative. That's been the way. It can't be too many people sitting in. Well, it was never going to be that anyway because everybody wasn't going to put in the same amount of work. So if a person's putting in the work to obtain or succeed or to elevate, why does anybody else feel the need to trying to stand in the way or try to stop somebody else's situation? Everybody's in their own lane. Everybody's on their own journey. Everybody's should be on their own pathway. But for some reason, all of a sudden now there's a narrative of, a lack of respect on both sides or all sides is what I feel. So back in the day, it used to be a thing where you don't disrespect your elders, but also elders acted like elders. So there's when they say children respect your parents, but it also says parents don't provoke your children to wrath, meaning everybody has a responsibility in this. So at this point, what I have to say is everybody has to respect everybody. it is the older society that, you know, they have grown, but they have gone through whatever it was that they went through. They did, you know, they had their fun. You might have done some stuff that you might not be so proud of at 20, 19, 13, 14, 15, whatever it was, right? And then after you get to a certain age, it's almost like now you have grown into, you know, knowing that you shouldn't do, you know, XYZ, right? And the older women look like they're wanting to condemn the younger women for things that, you know, they may have done, and the older men condemning the younger men for things that they have done. But at this point, it is way too much judgment on other people's behaviors, and not enough helpful energy, because he said mutual respect on every level. Yes, mutual respect on every level. You can be successful, they can be successful, can be successful. But why is it a narrative of, if we're not arguing or if we're not beefing, then it's not successful? I feel like that's an epic failure for so many people who have obtained a level of success that maybe a lot of people didn't even feel like they could have achieved at any given time. And now y'all are the role models, and you may not want to be a role model, but this is the role you stepped into. It's all a show. So if this is the role you stepped into, you have to play your part. You have to play your part. So what is your part? Is your part to be chaos, negativity, stranger danger? Or is your part to be love, peace, oneness, wholeness, collective growth? So why are we now in the position that we're in? Even when people have obtained a level of success where they could deem that, you know, this is what I wanted, this is what I've reached, a piss poor mindset and a lack mindset will also make you think that there's other people that can take something that you have, or they can put themselves in your position. Because if you know that what's yours already, and if you already know like the laws of, you're not in danger from nobody else taking anything from you. It's funny how I always say, I am of a certain age, right? And to me, I feel like you're only as young as you think you are. So I'm gonna live to be 1,000 and something years old and past that, okay? That's how I feel, because that's the way I want to do it, right? And if I can speak it into the universe, that's what I'm gonna do. And so we're gonna figure out how to work that out. In the process of that, just because I am of a certain type of age or whatever doesn't necessarily mean that I'm fresher or lack of freshness, because of the fact that, you know, celibacy and things of that nature, right? And so people will look at your age and think that, oh, well, you can't do this or you can't do that, or they still don't want to do this or they still don't want to do that, or now because you're at a certain age, it's time for you to dress a certain type of way, it's time for you to act a certain type of way. Says who? And why is it that there's the fun police out, you know, on both ends? Because it's being done on both ends, and it's just a whole lot of judgment in places that seem better occupied elsewhere. So it's all a show. What part are you playing? Are you proud of the character that you have inserted into the system? Are you listening to the universe and getting the cues. Y'all give me a minute. Let me grab me some tissue real quick. Are you listening to the cues? Are you seeing the signs? Are you also seeing when it is distractions, when distractions are just being put into the system for you to pay attention to? Meanwhile, there's so much more important stuff that is actually happening in the world. Because if you're paying attention to the battle, beef, and this, that, and the third that's happening over there, then you're not paying attention to the fact that there's so much more stuff that we should be putting together, or we should be, doing at this moment in time. So I heard something earlier today, and I thought this lady, and it's a little long, but I feel like even if it's fake, it got put out into the universe, and people should actually listen. And it was a good perspective. And then after you listen to it, y'all tell me whether or not it changed your mind in any type of way. Like,
billions of dollars of your tax money on anti-Chinese propaganda is because the rest of the world is moving on without the U.S. And that's because of China, because China manufactures everything. The West tried to turn us into sweatshops, so we became the largest global manufacturers. And now the countries in Africa that the U.S. constantly exploits for their resources no longer have to do business with the U.S. anymore. They have the option to instead do business with China, a country that has never forced them into chattel slavery, a country that is also developing, and a country that has more to offer than the U.S. Because all the U.S. offers to its trade partners is intimidation. And yeah, no country is perfect. None of the Chinese have ever claimed that. For example, being centered around technology makes it harder for the older generations and people who also don't have access to as much technology, say like in developing areas, which is why the Chinese government made it imperative to accept cash nationwide. Also with the abundance of goods and delivery systems here, also with the emphasis on education, it's easy for people to become homebodies, get out of shape a little. Not to mention the abundance of cheap foods sold everywhere by street vendors. No matter what hour of the day or night, you're able to find street food, sold by a local onto your uncle or both most of the time, and usually close to $2 or $3. It's easy to get out of shape here, so China made all its public parks free and have free workout equipments in all of them. See, no country is perfect, but China's very responsive to all of the complaints about its growing, advanced, technological society. I've been here for 3 months. I can go out whenever I want, at any time during the day or night, and feel completely safe. I lost my phone for a whole 24 hours and came back. It was right where I left it. Because they don't need to steal. They have everything they need. Why would they steal? See, China is unbothered by the lies that the U.S. tells. They don't even need to tell truths about the U.S. in order to clap back. They're too concerned worrying about their own nation, something that the U.S. really should do right now. Like I've said a million times, y'all are getting kidnapped out of your homes by ICE, brutalized for protesting, and locked up for being homeless while rent prices only go up. And your most influential revolutionists are so worried about, well, China doesn't care. And I've seen two very different takes on what China's gonna do next. Oh, is China gonna attack us? Or is China gonna save us? Neither. They don't care about y'all. They're moving on from the West. No one's gonna save you but you. Why would a foreign country waste time, money, and resources on saving people who don't want to save themselves? What would be the point? And in that same line of thinking, why would they waste time, money, and resources on attacking a country that's destroying itself from the inside out? Red has the blinds pulled over their eyes because they think for some reason that their enemy is their neighbors. The same way that blue has the blinds over their eyes because they think that their enemy is China. And both of y'all like to indulge in anti-blackness and xenophobia. And it's interesting to watch the people who love red get betrayed by the people they voted for every time there's a natural disaster or anytime they need assistance from the government. And it's also super interesting to watch the people who love blue pin the blame on people for not voting for their favorite fascists, then turn around and say, oh, fascism is horrible, we hate it. Now vote for our Zionist, or else we'll never ever help you poor people. Blue's even more sinister in the fact that they pretend they're the saviors when all they want to do is focus on foreign countries that are doing better than them. Globally, nobody gives a damn what your favorite internet activist said. Power is upheld by complacency, and CJ's not gonna save you just as much as China's not gonna save you. Believe me, if a foreign country wanted to attack the US and demolish them, they would have done so by now. It's too easy. Y'all have too many fires, literally, to put out in the homeland. That nobody fears y'all on a global front. That's just the truth. America's now too focused on fighting its own people. So keep worrying about China instead of building communities, planting seed, learning holistic practices, building up your spirituality, something that China already does. In every big city you see farms strewn throughout. There's so many religions here it's hard to count, all practicing freely out in the open and without having to fight each other. See, everything I listed there is something China already has, something y'all don't want to create for yourself. And that sucks. But word to the wise, y'all better get good at growing your own food, creating your own medicines, and learning how to actually protect the vulnerable, not just scream, shout, and film. Create communities where you do all three of these things, and don't let your government come and take that from you. That's my best advice. Not to worry about China. China's already moving on. The reason the US is spending billions of dollars of your tax money on
So everybody's moving on,
Chinese
right?
propaganda.
Mind you, like I said, whether or not it be true or not, the amount of things that I heard that was very triggering to my spirit. So then
my neighbor just knocked on the door and
Hey guys, I wanted to...
there's 52 cards in a deck, 52 weeks in a year.
All right, so we already know. This.
Come here.
Please no, please no, please no. Ella, please. Ella, please, 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 please.
I don't know what the fuck this is. Like,
Come here.
Please no, please no, please no. Ella, please. Ella, please, 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 please.
I don't know what the fuck this is. Like,
Come here.
Please no, please no.
And clearly he know what it is, and you know what it is too, right? But anyway, a lot of things in the universe are trying to be swept under the rug, right? Whether it be relationship stuff, whether it be work stuff, whether it be money stuff. Mind you, apparently I think she is supposed to be like a big influencer too. So the comments are crazy. But if she is that old and don't know what that is, relationship shit, work shit, environmental stuff, it's all a show. So if I want to give you the best show, would I give you the truth of the matter, or would I, yeah, exactly. Would I give you the truth of the matter, or would I give you smoke and mirrors? So this is where the mind fuckery and the trickery is probably taking everybody for a loop. Imagine a place that has lied to you so bad, and I mean about everything, that even now the conspiracy theorists are looking like the truth tellers and have been the truth tellers. The people who claim they have been telling the truth have flipped the world upside down. So say, for instance, that everything just went back to normal. Whatever you remember normal being, right? How could it ever? This is the moment in time where everybody's mind has to adjust to it's not normal. Whatever you ever thought was normal will never be normal again. Imagine they say everything halts, we gonna put everything back, and y'all just continue on living your lives. I just saw you not care about women, children, elderly. I saw you be very complacent, very, turn your headish. There's no way that we could ever forget what is taking place right now. So regardless of whether or not anybody knows it or not, we have all and are all being affected right now, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, by everything that is happening right now. And whether or not some people are taking it, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, who's responsible? So, not that, alarm bells should be ringing, but alarm bells should be ringing because nobody did their job. Nobody. Everybody turned a blind eye. Everybody. And the sad part about this whole entire fucking debacle is that even the nigga that is turning the situation upside down is also the one that's telling the truth, and that's why it's being turned upside down. Like, this has got to be some Twilight Zone ass shit. Because it's almost like, how can you trust that? But also, they're the ones that's unraveling the truth for us. Like, what type of mind fuckery is that? I mean, how many times have that ever happened in life? Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. So, I don't know what this is going to do, again, because I keep trying to, let y'all know that we are the experiment. We are the experiment. They don't know what happens. And when they insert something into the system, it takes 20, 25, 50 years to figure out what has happened and how it has affected mankind, society. It's a proven fact. So, as time goes on, they develop new things. Guess who they give it to? You, your children, your grandchildren. They don't figure out for da 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 da. But what I was getting ready to say, even to take it even further, the man just told the truth about, those things they've been giving the kids and things, right? And I don't know if anybody else looked into it, and I don't mean looked into the situation a little deeper. I mean just looked at the situation a little deeper. That means that from the time that the things changed, things meaning, the requirements for school and what you needed to go into school changed from, my age group and maybe an age group below me. But anybody in from the 80s or 90s that has been in power, any of them. So think about how many people, how many sides, red or blue, have been in power since the 80s or 90s when those requirements started to be put in. That means both people, both sides, both sections knew what was going to happen to the little ones. And they played a game. with your kids, with your grandchildren, and they didn't care. Not just one side, everybody had to have known, because everybody questioned, why is it now all of a sudden this happening so much? It was their requirements. They forced parents to do these things, or you get locked up. I don't know whether or not anybody's paying attention, but that sounds like to me like you just played with humankind in a way that did any of y'all get a memo? Did any of y'all get a vote? Did any of y'all say, hey, I want to participate in whatever science experiment y'all have going on, and I give you permission to utilize my nothing? Like, I don't recall that ever happening. But mind you, we can't blame one section. You have to blame everybody that's been sitting in that seat from the time it started until the time now you're being told. That means nobody can be trusted. That means they was never for the people. And I ain't trying to say nothing other than the obvious. So for anybody that's thinking I'm saying anything other than the fact, it's the fact of the matter. And if you can't, rationalize that in between here and there, then there's a bigger problem that's happening. So neither side can be trusted. Everybody's acting as if they're clutching their pearls. But meanwhile, actions speak louder than words. And I'm going to have to say, if actions speak louder than words, then the actions suggest that them people ain't never had our best interest at heart or at hand or anything else. So there was a group of people who are, I think they said Poland. Poland is, then got together with everybody, and they're saying that the religion over there should be Christian and this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, there's a whole bunch of different religions and whatnot over there, right? But the point of it is this. Poland said that should be Christian, da 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 da. England said they at war or something, or they got beef with God, right? Because you can't come over here and worship nothing. Don't da 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 da. My suggestion is, and this could work, I feel like it really should. Everybody who is diehard, y'all want to be Christian, y'all take y'all ass to Poland. Like, at this point, I think we should start separating everybody where they want to go. So if you want to be diehard, ride or die, then you should go where the people are diehard, ride or die. If you want to be, mad at God, da 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 da, go over there to England, and then you can be mad at God. If you want to be da da da, like, everybody pick their section of the world and go to it. And then y'all can stop being mad at everybody. But then y'all gonna figure out a reason to be mad at somebody else because they happy and now you not, because you chose what you chose and now you upset. Which is why, like, God get your people. God get your people, because what is wrong with them? Like, y'all people be asking for stuff, and then as soon as you get it, you act aghast. Oh my God, I can't believe that happened in the world. You asked for that. You asked for that. But also, it's a lot of stuff that's happening that ain't nobody asked for. Like, I ain't asked for it. You was never authorized. I don't give you authorization to, nothing. Like, don't do nothing. Ask me first. Like, sign a petition or something. Send it around to every household. Y'all be trying to, collect people and figure out where people at, da 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 da. Either way, what is wrong with mankind and society that we don't see clearly things that are right in our face? So then the other thing that has been happening is everybody is now on the internet, and I love y'all for this, but y'all are but I love y'all, so don't stop, keep going. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna just tell y'all how all right. So every culture now is getting online and everybody's praising how, oh, they go back to this and they found out this person was black, and the beginning of the Chinese people was black, and the beginning of the Indian people was black, and this and the third. And I love y'all for wanting to tell y'all story, right? But even more so, do y'all realize that's exactly what we've been talking about this whole time? That's exactly what we've been talking about this whole time. Y'all only like us when it's beneficial to y'all asses. When y'all don't want nobody to think that y'all part of the racist, da 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 da, then all of a sudden you start pulling out the background checks, this and the third. Where was y'all at? Where was all the back checking and the back faxing and everything else before now? And I ain't saying nothing, because whenever it had to come is when it had to come. But do y'all realize how bad y'all try to hide your little bit of black DNA? And now we should just be so embracing of the fact that y'all love the black. I mean, thank you. And, anytime y'all show up to the party is when you show up to the party. But can y'all not get too overzealous with the whole, like, oh, we should just be, hey, because, nigga, you could have been, like, saying something. You could have been, for the rights of the people. Like, that ain't right. Like, even I can see something, not just because it's fashionable all of a sudden. Because you could always stand on the side of right. You can always have good morals. You can always have good values. At any given day of the week, the night, the century, the time, you can always have good morals and good values without it being fashionable. Because you know good and damn well when something is right and when something is wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And trying to take somebody else's free will, or trying to take somebody else's choices, or trying to force somebody to do something that they don't want to do is a crime. And then some of y'all just double down on it. So again, I ain't saying nothing because I love the fact that, keep it up. But after it's not cool anymore, or after all this settles down, are you still going to be that type? Are you still going to be as gun-ho as you are right now to spout out the fact that, oh, this is where that culture comes from, or, oh, this is where da-da-da-da-da, or are y'all going to continue to be the same exact? Because at some point in time, can we all just get along? Like, on some real collective, can we all just get along? Can we figure out what the next phases are in this situation? Because we already got the whole, hey, stand down, but also we getting it's time to, preparation and da 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 da. Everybody doing what they doing. Everybody, is doing what they doing. But as a society, are we doing what we doing? Because it's going to be cool when it's little pockets of, these people here and these people here, these people here. But at some point in time, it has to be something said. Like, somebody got to stand up and say something. Like, it done went too far. We can never trust y'all again. None of y'all. So what has to happen beyond that? Yeah, I know that's scary and the words were said, but also life is great. So can we go ahead and get this shit show on the road? Because we got other stuff to do. And that seems to be a waste of time. But, people got time. Being a good person is free. It costs you nothing. Having morals and values, free. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. So it's all a show, but be mindful of what's being given. Be mindful of what you're putting out. And again, people going to have multiple different thought processes of you. They're going to have many different, This person is good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Should it bother you what somebody else thinks? No. No. But on another note, sometimes you gotta check a hoe. Take it how it resonates. Because like I told y'all before, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. It's a 50-50 chance out here that whatever's about to happen is about to happen. And whatever ain't gonna happen, ain't gonna happen. But however it happens, you still gotta stand in the gap and you still gotta do what you gotta do. So what type of individual are you gonna be and what character are you gonna play in this show they call life? So hopefully that helps. And thank y'all for being here. I love y'all. And it's 10:14. What y'all got on y'all agenda? What you about to get into? It's Tuesday night. I feel like I'm about to be in somebody's business. Whose? I don't know. Mine. Isaac, you know how sometimes you just feel like, I don't know. I know I do. It be them times when I just feel like doing stuff. You see me over here rubbing my hands together. Whose business shall it be? I gotta post my affirmation and period. Oh, and so I was posting videos, right? So y'all, I know y'all done seen a lot of my sales videos, right? And not for nothing, y'all may be a whole tad bit annoyed because I gotta post 24 of them. So, if you need it, buy it. If not, share it, please, because that's all I'm asking for. But I feel like I'm a tad bit behind because I seen something that I had posted today, and I'm like, shit, that was 2 years ago. So if not for nothing, if that's 2 years ago, then I feel like if I post a sales ad for, once a month, I can be caught up, although that still seems to be not enough. But I'm kind of playing catch up in the system here. So either way, that could matter to nobody, but it mattered to me because I felt like if it's going to work, you got to give it a shot and you got to make sure that you put your all in. And not for nothing, just for everybody, because I already said that when it comes time into a lot of y'all that are doing content, if y'all need me to help y'all, get online and tell y'all, this is how certain things, because I'm learning myself too, and I would rather teach it when I'm learning it. But as far as the videos and everything are concerned, because I feel like, and this could be nothing, but with the way things are, and everything that's happening and not knowing what the next phase is, a lot of people are unemployed. So trying to figure out what their next phase is, whether or not they're going to start businesses, this, then, and third. But I feel like also they're going to try to make that harder because they try to do that, because of what happened during the last time. Too many people made too much money during that time. So, as y'all already see, they're trying to play around with how much money you can or cannot make with online. But sales ads and things of that nature, depending upon the stores and things that you choose, could potentially make you revenue for as long as that product is necessary. So, like lotions and perfumes and things of that nature, those things are like timeless. So, depending upon what you already have, because you can use the things that you have that are still up to date, that are still clickable inside of the system. You can use the things that you already have at your home that you already are in possession of to create your ads and just give your honest review about them. And that actually helps you get put into the system. And who knows, it may not work from the beginning. I'm really actually right now trying to make sure all my stuff is linking up because since I just started, I just happened to look into the system and I've been an affiliate on a couple of the sites for a while and I just wasn't using it. But one of the things that I noticed, and I'm not sure of what it actually is yet, But behind the scenes, there's some analytics that is saying that I don't know if it's my ads that I have done that has made $400 and something or something, but somehow I don't know if it was linked to the channel. I'm trying to figure it out. But that's one of the things. Also, being new and starting, because I told y'all I got in trouble twice with two ads. And y'all be mindful that I know the music that y'all love to want to play, like the more popular music, cannot add them into ads. So be mindful of that. On none of the social sites, and some of them you have to actually tell that, well, all of them you have to tell that you are receiving a commission for it, but some you have to specifically word it, even in like the captions or something of that nature. So um, once I get the hang of it and the swing of it, I feel like that's a way to continually make money even when you're not doing, because once them ads go up and they're attached, them ads could run for forever as long as that product is popular. And like I said, think about some cosmetics or some lotions and things of that nature, because one of the things I'm about to find that I still use to this day, Jergens lotion. I don't know if that's on there, but let me tell you, I'm about to actually do that one because I use Jergens lotion every fucking day. That's one of the first things I put on. Jergens lotion and Johnson's baby oil. The thick one. Not that pink bottle that y'all P. Diddy had. The other one. So those are two things that I'm going to see if I can find because I use them every day. And Walmart is one of the affiliates on YouTube, and on TikTok y'all would have to find it through the TikTok shop, but I'm sure they actually have it in Twitch. I ain't even got into y'all sales yet, but man, Amazon today I literally posted like I think 10 sales videos that I had on different channels. I had to bring them over there because then it actually kind of linked it to my affiliate account, and I think that's where where that money came from. So hopefully it links to it, and then they figure out, what's what, but I don't know yet. So I still have to determine that. This is good info. The way my daughter live on TikTok Shop. Yes, because TikTok Shop, I love TikTok Shop because one, you get products, they send you free products, especially if you're doing the videos and things of that nature. So you got to remember, once they give it to you, it's yours. You got to do the video, leave the video for so long. A lot of the stuff they give you is really good stuff. Thank you for the love. A lot of the stuff they give you is really good stuff, but also you can sell it. Shit, after you done what you need to do, that's another way you can make money. So there are several different ways you can make money with doing, the sales. And like I said, once those videos goes up, as long as it's like a good company, those things are linked. As long as they're selling, I mean, those ads are up. And I feel like, if not for nothing, I'm definitely going to give it all I got, because for some reason I've noticed I keep going back to the same thing, and then I go ahead and do something different. Well, mind you, the universe is basically saying you keep coming back to the same exact thing. Why you ain't putting no effort into it? So now I'm giving it all my effort. Today I literally sat down and that's what I did all day long. And I know I was supposed to be here around 12 something as what I was thinking, but I literally did nothing but ads and making sure, because some of the stuff is a lot, especially when you're going to tweak them and you're going to add stuff to it and this, that, and the third. But yeah, it's going to be new ways. Trust and believe, because every time they do something to try to corrupt society or whatever, the universe does something also to adjust us to the situation. We don't just get left to the wayside, because regardless of the fact, God is still watching and in the midst of. So no matter what happens, I told y'all the other day, the best laid plans get, turned to the side. I had everything worked out, literally set up, did it early and everything else. And meanwhile, it still went the way that it went. They can set up to try to do this, that, or the third. Gotta send a storm. They can set up to do da 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 da. Gotta send the rain. Gotta send, like, literally, it don't matter. Whatever is supposed to happen, what shall be, shall be. Que sera, sera. So I love y'all, and yeah, y'all have the night y'all deserve. Aaron, I love you. I don't know where you at, but I love you and I miss you. I haven't seen you in a few days. So if you watch this, kisses to you. I hope you're doing well in school, and I pray Tommy's doing good. And I miss you. So I wanted to say that because I ain't seen her. And everybody else, I love y'all. And has anybody looked at the moon tonight? All right, let me go in and get, where I can start removing stuff.